So, with it being July, well, first day of July, I wanted to go ahead and predict what the media would say about us this upcoming month. I'm not talking about August, I'm not talking about October, I'm not talking about, just July. Because this is usually, we have like 3 more weeks of chill time, and then we have training camp, right? Then we obviously have preseason and so on and so on. Usually this time, though, we have, some crazy things happen when it comes to the media. They kind of go crazy. They spark up storylines because it's kind of the dead part of the season. It's the most dead part of the season you'll get. So they start to create these storylines on what the upcoming season is. So I wanted to go ahead and predict of what they would say. So number 1, Higgins won't play training camp. Or Higgins will hold out of training camp. Now, I haven't seen if they already started saying this. Wouldn't surprise me in all honesty, but he did sign his franchise tag recently, and because of that, I could instantly start seeing the media spreading the idea of, well, he's not going to go to training camp because he doesn't have a contract, and he's going to hold out like Jesse Bates did. I highly doubt it, first off. Because, again, I don't think he would have signed the franchise tag. I think he would have waited until the very last, week to sign it. And second off, it's very clear based on what we have heard from him and understand from him that he is, just accepting the fact that he's playing on his last year of his, playing on a 1-year franchise tag. And he's ready for next year to get paid. So, I don't think in any way he'll hold out. I think he'll go out there and he'll just do what he normally does. I think he proved his point by not going ahead and signing the franchise tag right away. And yeah, so that's the number 1 story I think they're going to talk about a lot. Until training camp happens, this is a storyline we're going to hear a crap ton of. Number 2, Joe Burrow won't be healthy. Again, another thing that I haven't heard too much of, but I have heard some squeaking of different, sources talking about the potential. But there's going to be a lot of media probably talking about how Joe is going to get hurt again, which obviously is always effed up to say, to be honest. To predict a player is going to get hurt, I don't care who the player is. That's just so effed up to say, by the way. Like, I hate Patrick Mahomes as a player, not as a person, but as a player, I hate him. But I wouldn't ever say he's going to get hurt or predict he's going to get hurt or anything like that. That's just messed up to say. Anyway, there's going to be media outlets who probably talk about that and cover that and say the potential of him getting hurt again. So that's number 2. Number 3, Higgins will get traded. And this has been happening ever since, he's requested a trade, which is the media is going crazy saying, we're going to trade him, we're going to trade him, we're going to trade him. I don't think we're going to trade him. I made a video yesterday about Bleacher Report, kind of entertaining one idea because I thought it was pretty funny. But in reality, no, we're not going to trade him in any way possible. He's going to be on our squad next year, and he's going to go to training camp, which is crazy to say, I know, but it's going to happen. So that's number 3. Number 4, Chase won't get signed. And honestly, I could probably put even in there that Chase won't get signed and also that Chase is going to get traded. Again, that's like their favorite thing to say is every player we have is going to get traded. Every single guy. We're at some point when we start the season, we're going to have nobody on our roster. We're just going to have like 0 out of 53 players because everyone's going to get traded. Yeah, so that's another thing that I know eventually will start happening is, and I think there have been some kind of spark about that Chase won't get signed. And then there's also the whole Chase won't go to training camp. Chase is going to hold out of training camp. Again, the countless speculative ideas that the media loves to go and throw out there. So there's going to be a lot of stories, headlines probably about Jamar Chase and whether or not he will or will not play for us next season. And my 5th and final prediction is that they'll start predicting that we won't make the playoffs. Right now, the media is kind of in a weird stance. There is a lot of people, because again, we're kind of early in this, June, July time period. I guess July. In June, the whole media point of view was, oh, the Bengals are going to make the playoffs. The Bengals are going to make the playoffs. But then as we get closer to the season, it always happens. Almost like clockwork in a way. That the media starts to change their point of view on us. It becomes less about we're going to make the playoffs, and then it becomes, oh, the Ravens are going to make the playoffs. Or not just not make the playoffs, but they're going to be the most successful team. They're going to do this, that, and third. They're going to beat out the Bengals. The Bengals aren't going to make the playoffs. The Browns will make the playoffs. This team will make the playoffs. It starts to kind of will its ugly head as we get closer to the season. So those are the 5 things I'm predicting that we're going to see the media really start to talk about and kind of hammer home on when it comes to us getting closer and closer to the season. Obviously, was it not... Okay, let me correct myself. Not close and closer to the season. I meant to say for this month. For July, okay? Apologize, I'm all over the place this video. For July, I think these are the 5 things that we're going to see news headlines on, articles written about, and just the constant fodder back and forth about it. So definitely tell me down below your thoughts, opinions, and give me your 5 thoughts on what you think's going to be written about this month. I feel like there's a lot more than 5. Like, I think there's going to be some talk about Zach Moss, or how the running back or the running game for the Bengals won't work out and will be a problem. Again, there's a countless, examples on things that are going to be talked about and broken down, but I just wanted to get 5 here. But tell me down below your thoughts, opinions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.